lovers of wellness, and welcome back to the Yogi Blair YouTube channel. Today is Friday, so that means that we have Yoga Flow Friday, and we're going to get into that in just a moment. But first, if you are new to my channel, I just want to say thank you for stopping by and welcome to the Yogi Blair YouTube channel. I am a certified yoga instructor, and it has been my passion to share not just yoga, but wellness, from skincare to makeup to just different ways that I feel well and different ways that we can all take part in self-care with those watching, not just people in my area. It has been my passion since I started teaching to bring yoga and wellness to anybody that needs it, especially those that are healing from trauma. So if that is something that you are interested in, if you support that cause and that passion of mine, please subscribe to my channel. It really does help me out a lot trying to build my channel and reach more people with this passion of mine. So I really do appreciate it. Like videos if you enjoyed them, leave kind comments below. And other than that, make sure that you hop on over to Instagram too. If you're there, find me at yogi.blair, and there I post little things about yoga and wellness and little snippets of my dog here and there that you're probably not going to see as much of here. So other than that, check the descriptions below for any links or any references that I might leave in these videos, and I will also leave my email below where you can send me any requests for yoga videos or wellness videos. But you can also subscribe to my newsletter there. Just by sending an email with the subject newsletter, I will know to subscribe you to my monthly list where I just go over some things and give people updates on things and try to do something fun here and there with that too. So today's video, we're going to talk about flows, Vinyasa flows, or just known as Vinyasa. If you are new to yoga, you'll notice this intimidating thing where teachers will be going through sun salutations or going through their sequence that they've built, and they will cue you to run through your vinyasa or run through your flow. And as a new practicer of yoga, you might not know quite what that means. And I've had people that have been uncomfortable in a class because they weren't quite sure of the sequence that everybody else seemed to know. And I've had people come up to me after class and say, I didn't know that there was a routine, or it was something that they were being funny and they had said, I didn't know that there were moves that I had to learn or something. And I said, you know what, you're right. And so I wanted to make this video to kind of put this out there because you can't always break it down in a class when you've got 20 people in there. So I thought I would break it down here so that I can refer people to this from now on. Let's just get right into it. I'll show you first what a vinyasa or a flow is, and then we're going to break it down. I'm going to show you some modifications and some way to build your strength. So starting in our down dog, you can do a flow from anywhere, but for today's sake, we're going to find our down dog, and from here, a vinyasa flow is simply finding plank and then chaturanga dandasana, cobra or up dog, back to down dog. And we use this a lot in sun salutations. For example, you'll step to the top of your mat for sun salutation A. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back to plank, run through a flow. A lot of times we use these in yoga as well to transition from side to side in our own sequences that we've built. So let's just start with the first pose in this whole thing, which is a plank. Now, a lot of us think we know plank. We know her. We've met her. We don't like her. She can be a little rude. She can be a little in your face. So in our plank, we want to spread the fingertips wide. Think of pressing into each knuckle and really pressing into that space between your thumb and your index finger. Middle fingers want to face forward or maybe slightly turned out depending on your shoulder rotation. The core is so active here. We're pulling the belly button in and up, and we're hollowing through the shoulders. We're not collapsing into the shoulders here. We're pressing out of the shoulders. Hips are neutral, heels press to the back of the room. Now, for a lot of us, plank is not comfortable. There might be a shoulder or a wrist injury where all that weight here can be hard. And if you're a beginner, plank might not be comfortable to you. That is perfectly okay. There's a modification here that I can show you, and I just want to preface this by saying that modifications are perfectly fine. It is okay to modify. It does not mean that you are weak. It does not mean that you are bad at yoga. I modify things all the time. It's a way of listening to your body and listening when your body says, I don't necessarily want that right now. So, let me catch my breath. If you are not ready for plank, drop your knees right there. Modified plank. We're still engaging the core. We're still spreading the fingertips wide. We're still pressing out of the shoulders. This is going to build that core strength, and this is going to build that shoulder strength that we need for a good flow. Now, a mistake that we see a lot here when people modify planks, they tend to find more of a tabletop pose. We don't want to do that. We want to go back on the knees a little bit so that we're not directly on the knee joint. We're shifting forward. And the head to the knee is in one plane. Now our next pose in a vinyasa is Chaturanga Dandasana, and this is where a lot of people get tripped up. It is not just you. So, in our plank, we lower Chaturanga. It looks simple, but it's not. A lot of mistakes we see when people are in a high plank, they lower hips, then chest. That is not always safe for the body. That's not safe for the low back. That's not safe for the shoulders. We want to lower stiff as a board in one piece. Engaging the core, still pressing those heels. And if you find that you can't lower in one piece, we want to find that modified plank again, and we want to shift forward slightly so that the shoulders are just ahead of the elbows. We were here, now we're here. And that's the same for our regular plank as well. The reason that a lot of us have issues in this pose is that you see people from their plank, they might be able to lower in one piece, but this is how they lower. And that's not quite safe for the wrists. In yoga, you hear instructors a lot say stack joints. We want the elbow to be right over the wrist in this pose. So what we want to do when we're in our plank or when we're in our modified plank, we want to shift forward to get the shoulders ahead of the wrists and then hug the elbows in, bending them to get them right over the wrist so we can lower in one piece. And then from here we find our cobra. Elbows are bent, shoulders are away from the ears, we're lifting the heart. This is a more gentle back bend. Up dog, we straighten the arms. Deeper back bend. Palms and tops of the feet are the only thing on your mat here, whereas in cobra, the bottom half of the body stays connected with the mat. The shoulders and the elbows are soft. And then from your cobra or your up dog, the last thing to do is find down dog again. And there are a couple different ways that you can do this. I'll go from the more beginner to the most advanced. So say we're in cobra. The easiest way to get back to your down dog and ensure that you're doing it safely is to press up into a tabletop and almost move yourself back to a child's pose. From here, root into your hands, spread those fingertips wide, curl the toes, lift the hips back to your down dog. When you start to want to build strength, From your cobra, you can lower down and do a push-up back to your plank. Push yourself up, and then find your down dog. Once you've got that and you're feeling more advanced and you want to try something different, try coming into up dog. And from here, leading with the hips, using that core, pulling the belly button in, we lift the hips and roll over the toes. If you're working on building strength in the shoulders, an exercise that you can do, whether it's modified or not, if you're in modified plank, shift forward like you're gonna chaturanga, hug the elbows in, and you can do tricep push-ups here. This is gonna help build all of that strength you need for a push-up, or for a chaturanga rather. You can also do high planks, and you can do chaturanga push-ups here. Those are just two exercises to really help build strength so that you can nail that vinyasa flow. And I guarantee you, if you practice those little minute things, that you're gonna feel way more solid in your vinyasa flows, and you'll be ready for your next yoga practice. You don't have to worry about feeling like you don't know what's going on. That is the only thing besides your sun salutations, which involve flows, that you really have to know the routine to. Everything else is typically made up by the instructor on the spot, so nobody knows what's going on. I guarantee you, if you practice those little things, it's going to get better. You just have to be patient, and you just have to build that strength. So leave me a comment below. Let me know if you've done any of these chaturanga push-ups. Are your shoulders burning like mine are right now? And let me know how it is going in your flow. Leave any questions below with any yoga questions. And I look so forward to seeing you guys here on YouTube and on Instagram in the future. I'm gonna go teach a class, but first I'm gonna have to catch my breath. I hope you all live happy, live free, live well. Loka samasta sukhi no bhavantu. Namaste.